Hello and happy Valentine's Day to my Geminis. Let's get into it, Geminis. Let's see what's in your cards. This reading is for the 14th through the 21st of February. Let's get into it. Let's set the tone. Attract good fortune, Psalm 74. There you go. To attract good fortune, you want to read Psalm 74. All right. Copy verses 16 and 17 on paper and keep this beside your bed and read 3 times upon rising. Psalm 74 to attract good fortune. Let's get into it. I know you all love to learn. That's going to be a good song for you all to learn. We're going to get into a angel number first, and then we're going to see if we can get some messages from the other side, from any ancestors want to send you any messages. And then we're going to hop into tarot. Oh, 750. Limitless love. So love yourself and others freely. Your angels are asking you to practice unconditional love today, not only for others, but for yourself as well. You can only accept as much love from the outside world as you give yourself. So time to level up the amount you're willing to receive from within. Journal about how you feel and the vulnerability that occurs when demonstrating unconditional love to yourself and others. All right. Looks like we're talking about this throat chakra. This color, right? Color, throat chakra. Let's get right into it. Let's see if there's what lies beneath, what information your ancestors want you to know before we dive into tarot. What information do we want in terms of attracting fortune and limitless love for you all? What information? Because it's going to be really important who you're around, because you're an air sign. You love to learn, and so you're going to be learning your lessons of who you're around by being somehow in your past connect to karmics. It's going to make a big difference. If you want to be in successful relationships with money or successful relationships in love, it's going to be real important. You're going to be very, very, very choosy with who you are around. Very choosy. That's what this is. Okay, what messages from the ancestors? My Gemini's ancestors on the other side. What information? First thing, in their fields. Somebody is talking about them being in their feelings. They found condoms. They found this and that. Somebody is in their feelings about finding something. In their feelings, they found something. Those are not the conversations you want to be around. Yep. They talking about somebody had anger management problems. Somebody, you must be around some energies that are were in relationship with a karmic. Yeah, they're recording conversations or announcement, expression, revealing. They got recordings of stuff. Like what? So these are energies. If somebody must be around these types of energies right now, they're recording on conversations. They're in their feelings about finding condoms. They talking about somebody was doing substances. They had a substance abuse problem. To attract good fortune, Psalm 74. They're not, whoever you must be around, they talking about the wrong thing. Yep, divorce. Yeah, breaking contracts. They're talking about people who get a divorce, but there are reasons to get divorces. So you could be around people who expecting a new beginning. Some energies that you're around are in their feelings about some things, right? They're talking about how people are finding condoms. They're finding somebody has anger management issues. They're gossiping about why people get a divorce. Basically, if you're in a relationship with somebody who has anger management issues, they're still saying that's not a reason for getting divorced. But that's not what you signed up for. That's not the part of the contractual agreement that you signed up for, right? It's a contract. It's a contract, right? It's a breach of contract. So we're talking about recording here. So they're talking about recording something, and then also like somebody's doing drugs or expecting. And so these energies are depositing this same information into other energies, encouraging karmics to get together or stay together. So source is saying to you, yeah, no. You're at a higher frequency. You're enlightened about some things already. So basically, if you've ever gone through a divorce and you're sitting around talking to people who feel like, okay, get married, stay married to the end of time, no matter how many anger management problems, how many condoms somebody found, how many recordings of somebody had with somebody, no matter how many drugs are being done, how many babies they're expecting from somebody else and other families and stuff being created, they signed up for that. So it's just saying to you, those energies are speaking into existence, attracting bad fortune, right? They keep reliving the same nightmare. They are speaking out into existence. We're talking about you sending out a message that it's okay, and let's keep putting that out into the air. That same energy out into the air, instead of speaking, hey, let's sit down and talk about marriage. Let's sit down and talk about like handling things, like, okay, having a warm conversation. That anger management, like somebody's hair is on fire. Let's talk about if you're going to be using protection, using protection for whatever reason, talking about in healthy ways, right? And so you already know in the tea, your ancestors are saying, you're sitting there looking at people like, child. That's what you sitting there looking at some people around you like, okay, people already know the tea. At the high frequency, people already know the tea because they sitting around burning evidence. They sitting around burning evidence. Yeah. Yeah, for them fulfilling a fantasy. But something is already recorded, so they can't burn nothing. Yeah. Yeah, because you don't want to hear it because you're too high frequency, too high. And that's what other people are starting to learn. It's like, you realize that some people are moving on from that because they're just too high frequency. They're talking about limited love, limitless love, giving yourself love. You can't pour from an empty cup, attracting good fortune in your personal and your professional life. And these energies are still stuck on somebody cheating on somebody. They need anger management issues. Somebody's divorced. Just staying somewhere where somebody has anger management issues, right? People are depressed. So yeah, you over it. It's depressing to sit there and listen to it. Yeah. All they talk about is just judging people, but won't do the shadow work. So you're into just doing shadow work. You're into you doing your own shadow work. You're moving on. It's just, like I said, you're at a higher frequency. Your credit score is even higher. I'm telling you. If you would line your credit score up with theirs, your credit score is even higher. Just the way that they focus on the wrong stuff, your credit score is in the 700s. Who knows what theirs is? They're in the lower frequency. They haven't gotten there. So you're trying to attract the frequency that you're on, but you're seeing something of the energies that you're around right now. So let's get into your reading. But that's a message that your ancestors wanted you to know. What lies beneath, what's going on, what's beneath all of these conversations. So that 750 came out. Maybe your credit score is 750, or maybe you're trying to get to a 750 credit score. These energies, yeah, they're looking for somebody to save them. But you have love coming in your life, and who you are around is going to make a big difference. Those are energies that these same energies tell you about. You can't trust your girlfriend or boyfriend around so and so. They talk about themselves. So the source is saying to you, catch the message and save yourself. Knight of Cups yourself. Save yourself, right? Close out the cycle. Enforce very firm boundaries. People get divorced. They get married. They get divorced. Because people, again, it's a contractual agreement. Nobody's signing up for somebody having anger management issues. If we have the Queen of Cups here, this is where Source is saying you're going to start pouring into yourselves. You're going to start pouring into yourselves. Right. They're also telling you that they're the ones who have anger management issues, and if a person tries to leave them, who they thought was their knight in shining armor, or, man or woman, that they are not going, they're telling you, this is what they want, but this is not what they got, Gemini. You got to listen, read between the lines. They say this is what they want. This is not what they got, right? But they don't know how to pour into themselves. So they just sit around at that broken low frequency. And so it's just saying everything about your energy is higher vibrational, and you're sitting there allowing it to be contaminated, just going along with the flow, talking to these energies. Where you're at a point right now, you're like, you know what, hands up. I surrender to source. I need to I need to dip into my resource of water, right? Because yeah, you're just tired of feel like you're being used as a pawn in a game. As soon as you ask a question, people start saying you're the one that's argumentative. So that's what you have in common with people. So yeah. Or you're watching somebody else's child being told, and that's the same thing you may have been told. Same thing you may have been told. Stay in a child's place. So, and they looking to be saved. Listening to all of this madness. Yep. 8 hours a day. Just having to listen to the same old thing. The worst you could hear about men. The worst thing you can hear about women. Like, what? Again, like I said, self-love. Self-love. There's nothing in love about it with all of these mind games going on. So Source is just trying to tell you is that these are karmic. It's a karmic relationship, and it's all about money. So you're about to pull out the sword and protect your peace. You're about to cut ties with some energies. Just really about protecting your peace, right? It's two energies you're about to cut ties with. Yeah. Because there's the energies, they like to do things behind people's backs. They like to do things behind people's backs, behind closed doors. They just like to do, stuff behind people's backs that cause people sadness, cause people hurt, cause people to grieve and mourn, and so, but they won't do the shadow work, whoever these two energies are. They will not do the shadow work. And they'll turn around and argue with you. They were both bullied, and so now they're both bullies. So, yeah, 10 of Wands here. Yeah. So Source is saying it's like two peas in a pod, whoever these energies are. But it's a spirit that's in between. It's a fire energy that's in between. They just go along with the fire. But it's because money is involved, or so they think. But wait until they realize they're not going to get the money they thought they were going to get. They're waiting on some kind of inheritance from a home. Whoever these energies are, they think they're going to come into some kind of an inheritance from a house. But look how many relationships these energies are ruining. And when they find out that house they've been waiting on, because they're waiting on somebody to die, that's what I'm saying here in the cards right here. They're waiting on somebody to die to inherit a house, but their name is not going to be listed. The energies that they're waiting on to give them as a house, they might as well go ahead and move on. Just like Source is telling you to move on right now. These energies are waiting to own a property, but something was already done behind their back, like they do stuff behind your back. They're looking for people to save them, right? The energies that they're waiting on to leave them in some kind of a will or something like this have already decided. All they're about is money. They're not good stewards of whatever is going to be left. So they're already not going to be left what they think they're going to be left. It's already been done behind their back. Just like Source is saying, you need to move it along. You need to create some kind of boundary. When 1, 2, 3 strikes that you're out, Source is saying the same thing basically to them. But they're stubborn. These two energies right here are very stubborn. They're sitting in toxic feminine energy. Even if they're men, they're sitting in toxic feminine energy, waiting for something to come to them instead of getting up and showing people, hey, they can go work for it. Put that energy towards, hey, being booked and busy like everybody else is. Creating opportunities for themselves. They like to just sit back and just create excuses. And that's no judgment. So it's just like they try to just create nightmares for people. The 9 of Swords. So that's why you're not going to be talking to certain people, because it's just like, you're moving on. You're not invoking any more nightmares. They're causing people too much their financial situation. This is generational. These are two karmics right here. These are two karmics that have you looped into something. But Source is saying, you're pulling out the sword. You're cutting ties. Energetically, you are cutting ties because they have already caused you some kind of loss in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And one of them wants to come back into your space. But they are still tied to a karmic. They're still tied to a karmic that keeps using them as a key to get inside this key right here, using it as a key to get back into your life. If they come around, you're going to step outside of your door because you're not letting that cross your threshold. If they come to you or call you or whatever, your only question is, are you still connected to so-and-so? If they are, just pause, click. You are not playing games anymore. Yeah, your light high priestess energy. You tired of being kept in the dark about stuff. You only want to be connected to people who are not gatekeeping information, keeping you enlightened about stuff. These two energies like to do stuff behind people's backs. And they just like they just, like I said, they don't know their worth and their value. You're going to pray. You can pray for these energies. But Source is saying, but something about your energy, like I said, you attract good fortune, and you really can teach these energies. At least one of them wants to learn, but they still somehow energetically tied to another one. So that's your only question. Like, you're willing to teach one. Each one teach one. You're willing to teach one, but they're going to have to detach from that karmic. Making it seem like it's a package deal. No, it's not. They're on the same team. They're on the same team. Both of them, they're karmics. They're on the same team, 8 hours a day, talking about money, 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 physical money, paper coins. It's energy. So Source is saying, it's like I said before, you'll be cutting ties with two energies, but one energy in particular, you may, like I said, you found your star. You found your star. Yep, you found your star. But yeah. Your North Node, your 10th house, your star, your light high priestess, right? So here we have the ideas. So yeah, Source is saying you have a lot of ideas. You definitely want to be kept in light. You want to definitely be kept enlightened, about things. Like I said, you have a lot of ideas. You want to continue to be kept enlightened. And that's the frequency that you're on. You're on your enlightened path of just, and those are the energies that you want to stay connected to. Yep. Those are the energies that you want to stay connected to. Energies that keep people enlightened, right? So let's see what else we have going on right here. That's the team that you're on. People who are not about keeping people out and keeping people out in the cold, people who don't want people to know information, that's going to help enrich their lives. Right, and so spiritually or physically, right? So you got some good news coming in. You got some good news coming in, right? The other one that's attached to it, so the good news is going to be that somebody is going to tell you, hey, they're ready. They're ready to get it together. They got their heads screwed on straight, and they're ready to learn, right? They're open to learning, being in receiving mode of what's going to help them. The other news is that the other one that feels like they're a package deal wants to tag along like a shadow. You're going to pull out the sword. It's going to be a no for them. Yeah, you won't be talking to them. Because you're talking expansion and they've already done everything they could possibly do to talk about you behind your back. It was a man and a woman that was talking about you behind your back. They're the ones that's responsible for causing the emotional wounding, and now everybody wants to talk. Everybody got vocal cords. The vocal cords are working. Everybody can think clearly now. Why? Because you're creating something energies didn't think that you were going to be able to create. Again, you're attracting good fortune. It was always attracted to you. They was using this one right here as the key into your life. That could have been your husband, your wife. It could be your kids or a child or one of your kids or whatever. A friend to gain access. Now they want to talk about teamwork, makes the dream work. No, when they try to create a nightmare for you, that is not love and it's not self-love, right? So somebody is coming back to you emotionally mature because they have been around sharks. People who enjoy making them laugh one minute and cry publicly, embarrassing them the next. Like these energies tried to embarrass you, but it didn't work. All right, let's see if there's any other messages from Spirit. Let me get some more cards here. Any other messages for my Geminis? Any other messages for my Geminis? Yeah. They're energy vampires, and that is not love. That's love, conditional love. It's love comes with strings attached based on what you can create for yourself and how much income is coming as a result of that. So yeah, you're cutting that. These two karmics, it's gonna be a no. It's gonna be a no. There it is. You see me shuffling the cards. You're pulling out the sword. This is your power and your intellect. The answer is a resounding no. No, period. They're gonna be asking why. Why is why you just that's cold, you just cutting me off? No, because they don't know that what you know what they did to use somebody to gain access to your life and to cause this right here. Some of these entities karmics have caused, your spouses to act out and create chaos and confusion in your marriage, and they were asking why. They have caused all kinds of chaos and confusion. Oh no, they, like I said, they caused you a nightmare. So no, they can ask all day long why you're not speaking to them. You pulling out the sword. There's nothing to talk about. Because they're not coming with a genuine apology. You're in self-love energy. All they bring in is confusion. They just want to loop you into their karma. Nope, and nope. You are making it crystal clear. You don't even have, listen, don't argue with these energies. Give them none of your peace and your power. There's nothing to say. That's going to speak louder than any word you use. Silence. There's nothing to say. Pull out the sword. They've already done enough damage to your household. They've already done enough. You won. You've already won. There's nothing to talk about. They've done enough damage. Yep. You're in light emperor energy. You're still a divine being of light who's had a human experience. Like I said, but you added structure and authority to something. These two have created a nightmare, and you are cutting them off without, there's nothing to say. If they want to ask why, like I said, but somebody, what they were trying to do is siphon someone's gifts. So if it's your spouse and somebody's family decide to come in between because they feel like, okay, you all were creating a life that you all, that they were envious of the life that you all were creating, which your person that they sacrificed realized that they had psychic abilities and psychic gifts. That's what's coming back to you. What they didn't know, now they know, right? They have psychic abilities and psychic gifts, right? And these are things that you already knew, but Source had to separate you and somebody so to let them know that they had psychic gifts, psychic abilities, right? But these other energies, they still in the karmic cycle. So you and somebody will be creating something together, something new, but they're coming back more emotionally mature because they realize, wow, your love with them was just limitless. So now, just like when you were ready, the teacher appeared. Now Source is using you as the teacher because you know how to go in to Source. You know how to go into the master teacher who is the creator, Source, right? Now they're going to appear, right? Yep, but these other two, they so busy trying to get over on people, it's not even funny. It's a shame. It's really a shame and a scandal for real. But let's go ahead and close this out. But yeah, we're talking about self-love. That's how you're going to attract the frequency that you're on. You can see it a mile away. These energies, they don't want to do the shadow work. They want to say everybody else is crazy, something else is wrong, the person's mentally ill. They want to say everything about it except do the shadow work. Just a bunch of chaos and confusion. Here we have inner strength, right? So don't lose yourself in things that you can't change. Focus on the things that you can change, like your attitude, mindset, energy. You got everything you need. That's right, inner strength. That's what you were able to tap into. So make room. Create space to welcome positive change into your life. Let go of everything that doesn't align with the future you are creating. There you go. That's right. So make room. So forge a new path. When you make a new choice, you create new results. Let go of old patterns and embrace the power of possibility. You are fully supported. Fully supported. That's right. Shine bright. It's never a mistake to give of yourself. Some will take it for granted. Others may take advantage of it. But do not allow bad energies to overpower your light. That's right. So Yep. So this is good. This is good. We're talking about self-love. Self-love. Somebody in your life, it could have been your siblings, it could have been your whoever in your life. Finding your North Star is very attractive to a lot of energies. And they're seeing. It's like, okay, well, they know now where they want to be. They don't like be stumbling around in the dark, having to keep reliving nightmares over and over and over again. I don't want to keep reliving that because people don't want to do the shadow work. Celebration. So plan for a joyful future. There you go. Gambling, right? Yeah, somebody may have taken a gamble. Like, it's like, oh, I'm taking a gamble. I'm not really sure what to do. But just don't risk too much. Just don't risk too much, right? So exhausted. Recharge and regroup. Feel financially drained. Lacking viable options, right? So, yeah, these energies try to completely exhaust you of your finances. It's just a gamble. Like somebody just had to go right into prayer mode. You're a prayer warrior. And so Source had to take you through some stuff and say, I don't know. So someone around you coming back to you may feel like they're walking on cracked ice and thin cracked ice. But change is coming just in time. You have an opportunity coming across your path. So congratulations to you all. But again, happy Valentine's Day. We're talking about self-love. People will know that you love them limitless. And so you're attracting good fortune, Psalm 74, and specifically copy verses 16 and 17 onto paper. You want to keep it beside your bed. You want to read it 3 times, right? And just, like I said, keep speaking it into existence, for you. But those other energies, they're not trying to do their shadow work yet. So the best thing you can do for them is just pray for them, really. Yeah. But yeah, you're definitely not getting into any arguments. You're not answering questions why. Your silence will be the answer to their why. So that's what I have for you. Bye.